Hello members, this is a little quick video that we're doing live training with the Einstein III with trailing stops. This is a trade that triggered right around lunchtime in the bonds. Here was the signal, and this is a textbook trade as far as the zones and combining that with Einstein III, the automation system. Let me show you here's the trade signal. The red dashes that you see is the trailing stop. This is the beginning of zone 2, bullish zone 2. This is final target, what we call critical resistance 2. And in a few minutes, you'll probably see the trailing stop kick up a notch. Now, the advantage of having the buttons, the trade buttons, on the screen is that you don't have to open the hood of the system, or you don't have to go to another chart to place trades. I can simply here click on cancel or close, and it'll close this position, which is what I'm going to do in another minute or two. This is, in the bottom here, we have the equity curve. You can see we're up about $800 on this trade alone. Nice trade. Let me show you the settings. I only wanted to take one contract, and I wanted to also give it a chance for it to be a runner. Again, these are the bonds, so these are 32.50 per tick. So what I chose to do was have a far out target, 65. Then I put a trailing stop that started with 12 ticks, and it trails it by 12 ticks. And that's why you see these trailing stops. First it goes to break even, then it goes on to a trailing stop. So combining our indicators, the NOS levels, with Einstein, you can very easily click any of the buttons. So I'm going to go ahead and click right now to close, and we should see this position close, and there it goes. Let me highlight it a little bit better so you get to see the entry and the exit. Picking a little bit better color. And there you go. Okay, again, from the start, we chose this as we are in risk-off sentiment, and that we come right here. Here's the risk-off. So with risk-off, you want to look at shorting risk assets such as crude. We had a nice trade in crude earlier. Short the S&P, short copper, and then go long the safer haven assets such as the notes or the bonds. And according to our extremes, which is the velocity indicator, the bonds, and you can see it right here. Let me show you that again. Here's the bonds. Can't really see it with that color. Let me change that. Maybe use the spot. See the bonds there? No. can't see it. So let me exit out. There we go. The bonds are leading the notes higher. And so that's why I chose to trade the bonds and not the notes. And that wraps it up for this little training. So from the start to finish, we go to our architect. This is Ninja, so this is the market analyzer. We look at market sentiment. We looked at the carry trade. We look at the FX, and based on these two columns are in conflict, so we're going to go to risk on, risk off assets. We're going to choose the leader between the notes, the bonds, which are the risk off assets. There's a couple more, but this is the one we're concentrating on. We turn on Einstein. Einstein got us into zone 2 trade. We didn't want to trade 2 or 3 contracts. We're going light. That way, if the trade works against us, it's 1 stop loss with 1 contract and not 2 or 3 contracts. However, I did extend it. It's a hybrid of what we normally do, anticipating a runner. So I put a far off profit target. I trail it. Einstein's trailing it actually. And now I am intervening. I'm going to go ahead and close it out. Or I decided to close it because it did reach our final target as far as the NOS level of our methodology is concerned. And I did it manually just by hitting the close button, which is one of the few buttons that we have here for Einstein, so we don't have to go to another chart. We don't have to go inside of the strategy itself to change any inputs. All right, members, this about does it for this little training video. I'll see you tomorrow morning in the trading room.